Board of Trustees. We'd like to start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I ask you to join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Judy, will you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Chapman?
Here.
Mr. Cottle?
Here.
Mr. DeLauro?
Here.
Mr. Spicker?
Here. All right. We have some administrative motions here. I move to dispense with the reading of minutes and improve the minutes to date.
She said. Okay. Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to approve the payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, subject to audit.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to approve the payment for legal services rendered by Robert Constant in the amount of $4,500. This will be paid from Fund Line 1,110,311,1009.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to approve the quote in the amount not to exceed $3,925 from Titan Electric. This will be paid from Fund Line 1,123.60 for lighting upgrades in the Lakefront Center. This project will be reimbursed by the NOPEC grant.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to approve the quote from Environmental Design Group in the amount of $12,500 and paid from Fund Line 1,610,730,2916.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. Did I skip one?
I was gonna say, it's been-
I move to approve the payment for legal services rendered by Harps Becker LLC in the amount of $3,569.22. This will be paid from Fund Line 1,110,311,1009.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to approve the purchase agreement with Springfield Management LLC in the amount of $9,500. This will be paid from Fund Line 1,610,790,2000. Mr. Weinsheimer, would you like to tell the people what this is for?
We're purchasing, thank you, Leah. We're purchasing a small parcel of land that'll be down off Canfield Road. It's kind of in a weird area, but what will allow us to do is give us connectivity through and into Lakemore for the Spartan Trail in the future. Without that piece of land, we're kind of got an area where we can't get through, so this will allow us to get through that area now.
All right, thank you.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to authorize the administrative assistant to the board, Mr. Ted Weinsheimer, to sell the vacant properties located at 2235 Pressler Road, parcel 5101286, 3633 Samuel Road, parcel number 5100834, and on Columbine Avenue, parcel number 5100802. Utilizing the online auction house Gov Deals in accordance with ORC 505.10.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. I move to approve an advancement of $80,000 to Fund 2911 for the 2024 SAFER Grant from Fund Line 1,920,920. This will meet our current and future expenses due to the partial federal government shutdown.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. For the zoning department, I move to approve the payment of $11,519.04 to Bud's Construction for the abatement of junk and debris at 2429 Hillstock, as authorized by motion 1526. And this will be paid from Fund Line 2181-130-500-1007.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes. Next for the zoning department, the question, the property at 1423 Pin Oak Drive. Is there anyone here to speak in regards to that property? Yes. Come on up, state your name. For the record, please.
My name is Deborah Duma, and I am the girlfriend of Ryan Perry, the homeowner. I'm not really sure, honestly, what to say besides we're just trying to come up with a plan to find a rental space for his equipment and, you know, him stay at the property if he can. Just he needs, you know, maybe it would really help us if we had like 60 days or 60 to 90 days. Otherwise, we're just gonna list the home and sell, and he's gonna move to probably Wadsworth or some other community. But I do want to say on Ryan's behalf, I know he didn't say a lot yesterday, but he is a business owner in this community trying to make it better, and he has trouble articulating what he wants to say, but he really doesn't have any ill intentions. He was not avoiding because, you know, he was hiding anything. He just really didn't know what to do, and I've kind of helped him get some things tied up in his life, and it would just really help him to have a little more time to get situated with his business, because when he first secured that property, these zoning things weren't in place at that time. So he had no idea from that point of purchasing the house that he wouldn't be able to keep more than his commercial truck and a trailer, or just his commercial vehicle, which is the vehicle he drives right now. So it's a strange situation, but we are going to deal with it, and we are trying to find a commercial rental space for him.
Okay. All right, thank you.
That's about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, just quick note, though. Yeah, those restrictions were still in effect when he bought the house. He just probably didn't know about it. Yeah, I mean, so, and we did see that he is making some improvement to clean it up. We just need to get him into compliance, so then we can deal with the issue of the sheds and stuff, which I know that he's willing to do. That's fine, but we gotta take care of the other stuff first. I know the weather's been bad and everything, so I don't have a problem with us giving him more time. The only problem I guess I have is we need to communicate with Ms. Groves. She works every day like 8 to 4, so he can call her or stop in. I know he's working too, but call her. Let's work on communicating on what the progress is and everything, because it's been going on since 24.
Yeah,
he
usually works till dark.
Okay.
Right,
I understand, in his type of business, you're working when you can in this weather. Yes, I understand, but she can be reached by phone. I mean, we just have to know that things are being done, yes.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read the motion. This is like what we've done in the past. We'll read the motion, but we'll give you additional time, but we'll still have the motion on the record that if things aren't done, then we can clean it up, okay? Or act on it. The board has received a report from the zoning administrator regarding the residential property at 1423 Pin Oak Drive containing junk and debris, commercial equipment and supplies, and structures with no permits issued. pursuant to ORC 505.87 and Springfield Township zoning resolutions, sections 1.08, 11.04, 11.07, 3.04, and 7.01. I move to authorize Harpsbecker LLC the filing of a complaint against Ryan Perry on behalf of the Board of Trustees regarding junk and debris, the storing of landscape equipment and supplies on the property, and structures erected on the property without permits being obtained at 1423 Pin Oak Drive. This is parcels 51-07367 and 51-07366. We'll go till the next meeting right now, so if that's 30 days, 30, however many days, when is our next meeting? June 11th?
Sounds right.
All right, till June 11th. And if progress is being made, we can talk about additional time then if you still haven't been able to secure a place or whatever. But we'll give you till our next June 11th meeting for right now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure
I
thing.
appreciate that.
I guess that's if everyone else is in agreement. That's my motion.
Second.
Roll call. Sorry. Roll call, Mrs. Chapman.
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Mr. Cottle.
I mean, this is kind of the same thing that we did to that Polly, and, it seemed like it didn't work out very good for her. She ended up going to court. I'm gonna vote no. Okay.
All right. 472 Junior Avenue, Mr. Kiffin. You have anything you'd like to tell us?
How's everybody doing? My name is Rick Kippen. I live at 3206 South Jackson Boulevard in Uniontown, Ohio. I just want to first apologize. I'm a little embarrassed to even be standing here before you. We've known for a year or so what this property is there for, and every once in a while the guys will do something that they're not supposed to do, and by the time I get a call from Debbie, and then I'm letting my guys know, hey, you can't be doing that anymore. You can't be parking the dump truck there. You can't hide it around the back. You can't do that. It's not what it's for. So I want to apologize that I'm even standing here having to apologize on their behalf. Our plans for the property, so what we did last week, I had them all over there, everything. If you were to go over there today, I think everything that was outside is now inside the building. All of the equipment is gone. It's out in the field on the job, so none of it's there. It's being stored. Our plan for the property, my son, is we're going to be adding on to that garage and building a residence there. So we're going to turn that into a single-family unit, probably sometime this year. So we will not be using, our vehicles will not be stored there. They're not supposed to be there, but on occasion they've been there and they've been had. So they've been told to not do it ever again. So my job to make sure they don't, so. And the stuff in the back, the dumping that we're doing back there, we brought in a bunch of dirt and asphalt grinding. So what we're doing is we're raising up the property all the way around. So that stuff that's in the back there, a lot of dirt and grindings, those piles that are back there, 95% of those piles are to finish the grading out and get ready for the construction of the property. So there's some rocks and a couple things back there. But other than that, there might be some red bricks. But other than that, that's what's going to be taking place on the property. So.
So the only thing I want to address is, did you get a grading permit to do that from Summit County? Because anytime you bring in and you regrade something, you do have to have a permit from them.
I did not know.
Okay, so that you will need to do that then. Because you can't just bring in and change the lay of the land, changes the flow of water.
Okay, yeah, I'll give them a call.
Okay.
Does that
Are the
take care
trips
of the
gone?
problem? I mean, is that?
Well, as long as it's not being used as a commercial, because when the lot split was done, we talked about that at the time.
Absolutely.
And there was not supposed to be anything commercial there. And there's supposed to be, the plan was for him to build a house onto the existing garage that was there. So that was the plan. And I said could be no commercials, so then that happened after the fact. So I was concerned you were going to start using it for your commercial business.
No, absolutely not. No, I live in Springfield Township, and it's just not the way I like to go about things. So, I apologize about that. So that's our plan, and it's still the plan, so hopefully it happens this year.
Okay.
Okay. You good with that?
Yes, as long, yes.
So we'll table that. Okay. All right, so the next matter of business, 1563 Maslin Road.
Good afternoon.
Good at.
I'd like to give a little background. I'm second generation Springfield Township business. My father had Maslin Road Marathon, Maslin Road Paving, Genie Auto Parts, and the towing company. We service all of Springfield and Lakemore. I left here at 19. There's snow here. I ride a heart. I swear I'd never come back. But my dad was one of the best men there ever was. So after being gone 11 years, I came back here to be there for my dad. My dad had an inherited lung cancer. My mom had dementia. I stood at my dad's gas station. I said, you find me a piece of property, I can have my tattoo shop, and I can live. And that was a condemned house. There was no furnace. There was no electric. There was no plumbing. It was gutted and been vacant for 2 years. It had been owned by Dick Clare. And so we bought the house, and I proceeded to get it all ready. Well, since then, the house is now 220 foot long, and I am the maintenance man. I'll be 73 in June. But you can tell everybody, when I go into Home Depot in these clothes, they think I'm into the hospital. I am in work clothes every single day. As far as the property, when I had my tattoo shop up front, there has been a rental apartment upstairs since that day I bought it. And I bought it only because it was C3 non-conforming commercial property. So I could be there for my dad. I could run from there to his gas station, which is on the corner of Cromwell Road and Maslin Road. So there wasn't no issue. Well, it got to the point that I got deathly ill. The 2 years from coming here healthy to 2 years later, I lost all my colon. I had an experimental pouch put in me, and I was to live 5 to 10 years. And the doctor said, if she don't get that shop out of her house, you're going to lose her. So we started trying to get the shop. It took us a while, but I finally, in 1989, we started. 91, we finished. I moved the shop from the front of the house, which I lived in part of and had the shop, to the rear. And it was there from 91 until like 2004 or 5, when I was going to move to West Virginia with my lovely ex-husband. Well, that didn't pan out, but I was stuck across the street. So where the shop was, I made it into an apartment. There has been 10 renters in that apartment since I made it an apartment. The upstairs has had 21 renters. One lived there 13 years. One lived there 7 years. I'm a good landlord. I treat everybody good. So I'm confused with all of this about, yeah, I have grass, but when I bought that house, I knew nothing about Springfield. I've had the Corps of Engineers there. Do you know 287 acres drains onto my property? And I'm on the Continental Divide. I got the State Department out there all the time doing that drain underneath Maslin Road. I put 450 foot of ditch in there. I have pictures of me building an 8-foot catch basin. The police had to come and get me when I was out there and fell in the ice and couldn't get myself out of the big bowl. And I have all these catch basins, and I'm working on it all the time. But if I put my mower back here right now, my rider, it's going to sink. I've had it happen. I don't have a husband. I have a boyfriend. I have nobody pull me out. It's just me. And I'm the hardest working Appalachian biker hillbilly you will ever meet. I didn't live 5 to 10 years like the doctor said. I lived 41 years and 7 months, and I'm still here. So I don't understand what all this is. Yeah, I have garbage in my back garage, but I had a squatter there, and then I got sick last year. If I'm not on my Harley I've had for 42 years, I'm sick. But I have long-term Crohn's, and this pouch, 5 to 10 years versus 40, now they're sending me up to, on the 22nd, I go to Dr. Katz at University Hospital to see, why are you still alive? Well, the big garden, those boxes, my daddy helped me start those. I grow nothing but heirloom vegetables. I buy all my meat at Dumas. I can't eat half of the stuff that people can eat. I can't eat fast food. I can't eat none of that. But I'm healthy because I never ate that growing up. You know, so I always have my garden. A couple of years I haven't, but I've been too ill to do it. But this year I've already got my heirloom plants ready to go in. And I didn't get to do the flower beds last year because I was too sick. I couldn't even get out of bed. So I've got all the, I took a picture before I left of the perennials I've got. And if you'll go out there, I'm redoing all the flower beds that 41 years of having perennials, they eventually die and you got to start over. But I'm getting ready to put a big 4-foot piece of metal out in front of my house and make it into a dream catcher. Am I going to be like, oh, you can't have a dream catcher out front of your house? You know, I cut the hedges, I mow, I've done everything there. And when as soon as it dries up, I'll do the back. And I've mowed that the front 4 times since it got warm enough to do it. And if people go up and down Madison Road and don't see me in my baggy pants and my big old headphones on there, tapping my foot as I work, because I know everybody, they all honk. Officers honk, friends honk, everybody on the motorcycles honk. Where am I? I'm working on my house. So the upstairs apartment has had 21 renters. The big part of what used to be the tattoo shop has had 10. The back part of it, which was the craft room, originally has had 6. I have other leases here. I had been across the street, but I wasn't ready to retire. I was trying to make it to my 35th anniversary. I opened on my daddy's birthday, June 5th, 1978 in Corpus Christi, Texas. It don't snow there. And I came back here and I opened up that shop and I retired June 5th, 2013. Opened on my dad's birthday and I closed. So I was no longer grandfathered for a tattoo shop. So I went through all the police inspections, I went through all the zoning, I went through everything. And I had my tattoo shop a year and a half till it was finally, I hit the 35 years. And then I immediately turned it to an apartment because that's what I was told I could do all these years. And then I get this thing, well, get rid of your renters. Well, you just don't tell them to leave. There is a thing called, you know, you have to do due process. So I used to manage over 100 AMHA properties on a company I started for my ex-husband. And I ended up running it for 18 years, so I know all about rentals. So they don't realize that I've never not had a business there of some sort. You turn it over, the tattoo shop on the other side. That was the company I started for him, I took over. And I only managed properties in the worst neighborhoods in Akron because they paid meadow money and I ain't afraid of anybody. You know, I'm just not, that's how we were raised. So to say I don't have a property, I'm still selling antiques. I'm still selling the things that I've collected over the years. When you do all those move outs, they don't want the stuff that's there. So I've been on eBay, I'm on Marketplace, I'm everywhere selling it. And those 3 rentals keeps me in my house. I didn't know it, but because they're all together, that does not count towards my income. I only get $1,058 Social Security disability, and the judge sat there for an hour and 15 minutes drilling me. Why didn't you quit when you got sick in '85? And my attorney, I did all my application, I did everything myself, and I only took Tyler Whitney, my attorney, to the hearing. And he said, tell him, Sheila. I said, because I was self-employed. You know, I could work in between my being sick, and if I couldn't make it that day, my customers would come back because I was very good at what I did. I taught 3 plastic surgeons. I worked with not only Akron for the laws for tattooing, I worked with the state of the laws, and finally got Summit County, Tom Edwards, to agree, and we made laws, because there was no laws when I came back here. I was in Houston 6 years, and Corpus 2, and Tampa a year. They all had laws, but we had none. So I've done so much. I was in the Springfield Township Women's Club 18 years. Someone told me, because, you know, I go through hard times, well, you should ask and do a GoFundMe. My girlfriend started a list. After she got to 100 different charities that I have worked for in 18 years, a promise I made my dad, she goes, is there any more? And I'm like, we forgot this one and this one and this one. You can ask that girl. I went to church with her family for 18 years and did a lot of work for the community. I had 2 halfway houses. But now I'm 73. I just want to have my garden, take care of my place, and when it dries up, I will mow the back. But I can't mow the back until it dries up. So, you know, I don't want my place to be bad. And the building material that they're bitching about, well, God love the ex-husband, he had a deck put on the back of the house. I let him do something. They did it wrong. I worked with the Summit County Building Department. They came, we took the entire deck down, and he told me what I needed to make the back buildings, the back garage secure. And I did it all, and they approved it. So the boards that were up there were 2 inch by 12 inch by 24 foot. You think I'm gonna throw them away? They're not good enough to have on a deck, but I want a greenhouse. I can't eat preservatives. And I grow my own, so why wouldn't I start them? I have 195 houseplants. It's just a hillbilly thing, but I need a greenhouse. And I have talked to them repeatedly. I want to put a shed in. You say 100 square feet. Well, I got the rafters for it, but they're not 10 by 10. Can I do 60 foot? And those I make it 100. I can't even get information on that. So the things that are back there is my wood. There is the wheelbarrows, which I have 2 and 2 garden carts, and I always use them. The other garden carts, you know how they turn them over and they make the little flower things in the yard? That's what they're for. The bottles, I'm making a spirit tree. I don't know if people know here what it is, but in the South, they make them and it's supposed to catch the spirits, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to be doing artwork in my yard and making it look pretty because I'm an artist. I'm not just a tattoo artist. I have sewn since I was in 5th grade. I'm now finally finishing a little area for me to sew in. I have 15 sewing machines. I don't want to be a tattoo artist, but I stepped into it and I made stupid good money, really stupid. And so I stayed with it for 35 years. And I only returned here because of my dad. And I think that, them trying to, I don't know what you call it. It's like, what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? I pay my taxes. I've never missed my taxes. I've done it on my own. My dad told me something. He said, you know what, honey? You are the cake, and a man is just the damn icing. And any of the old-timey officers know, that's how my dad talked. No man has ever paid my bills. I have lived in that house and took it for a condemned house to a profitable business. So, yeah, my backyards are not mowed. 287 acres drained onto me. You want to walk out back there? Oh, and let's see. I got a list of the ones that you guys are all upset about. It's just, did I miss any so far? Let's see. No, my son's been there 41 years. I retired. It'll be June 3rd. It'll be 14 years since I retired. Why can't I have the sign? It's not going nowhere, and I paid for that sign. And next year, I would like to pay again for another business I'm starting, but not till the following year. And of course, I'll go through all your stuff and get it all approved. But why? I mean, I go out there, the only time that sign is lit up is when I'm trying to mow and I haven't got it done. I flip the sign on. You can ask the guys at the bars and the neighbors out there laughing at me. I'm mowing by the sign. I have an acre to mow. Half of it has to be push mowed. And the garden. And the rentals. And all the repairs. I am the maintenance man. So I don't understand, about the garden box, about the dumpster. I've had a dumpster 41 years. I've lived there 41 years and 28 days. And like I said, the only reason I came back was with my dad. I got to spend the best 5 years ever with him before he died. Because he had 4 businesses when I was a kid. I like that commercial. It's 11 o'clock, where are your children? It's 11 o'clock, where are my parents? I grew up alone. But my dad was the hardest working person there ever was, and so am I. And I don't understand why I got people coming on my property, first of all, and scaring my renters, like, there's a woman out there, we don't know who she is. Why am I not notified? Why was I not notified about this meeting? I had somebody call me at 2 o'clock and tell me, oh, they have a meeting. I'm like, what? Shouldn't I have got a letter? I got a letter the first time. She said, oh, yeah, you got 30 days to do this. Come out there and look. Come out there and look and see what it is. Yeah, I have some art things out. And you can ask the chief's wife. I redid half of the front porch. I had the lattice pulled out to do the other half. Okay, good for me. I got the lattice pulled out. I have building material. Why would I throw it away when it's usable? And it's behind 3 sides of walls. I got a fence across this side, a fence across the baseball side. I got lattice on this side, and on the back half, I have a block wall that half. But that's 3 sides. The rest of it, you can't see it. So I just don't understand, all of this. And the only thing I can see that you really have a reason to bitch about is that 36-foot ditch down my side of my house. The guy was paid for that 3 years ago. And then he got sick, okay? Next summer came. Then the beginning of the 3rd summer, he tried to OD. So there I'm stuck, and right now the water's this high. I have pictures of me. I'm the one that did all the mortar on the side of the walls, not him. My friends think I'm crazy. You driving down, I got big old floodlights, and I'm out there, and I didn't get your little stuff you use here. I called Texas and have them send me Lucas asphalt to put on it, because it's the best stuff there is. And as soon as that thing dries out enough that I can get down there, I'm gonna finish it. And I even hired a guy to do it last August. He died. I'm like, really? I found some person that I trusted to do it. I had the material. You think I want to have a flooded basement? I can't even walk downstairs and need shoes. I have to put my work boots on to walk down to do laundry. And there's nothing I can do about it. It takes three sump pumps just to keep my basement dry. I have a big 8-foot catch basin that goes into the 450-foot drain. I put drains in front of the garage with another drain that goes across. The ones that were by the house, I have a big catch basin. I redid that drain. And then in front of the house, there's another catch basin, but those two are enclosed, and that one goes over. I have done everything I can to make that look better. And now I'm redoing the flower beds. The flower beds are like probably 80 foot, they're probably like 50 foot long and about 4 foot wide, double that. And if you come out, you'll see, I was out there for days digging on the big cactus I had up front. This is how big their roots were. I had to dig up this yard to get them all out. So you don't want that fixed any faster than I want my flower beds fixed. And I'm working on them on a daily basis. So, and the stuff behind, it's all stacked, it's all neat. I don't get it. Oh, and somebody says, well, you got bicycle wheels. Yeah, they go in the middle of the 4-foot beds. A tomato here, a tomato there, a tomato here. There you are.
Sheila, I had a quick question on, you said you had the dumpster for 41 years?
Yeah, I have the dumpster. I started out with Kurt's Rubbish that was bought by Huth Rubbish, and now I'm with Republic. I've never not had a dumpster. And when we had to replace that 450-foot line, my ex-husband put the plastic in front of the big oak tree by the turnaround. So we had to break it all up. And I have pictures of me. I have my own concrete mixer. Got that one birthday. Got my own post hole digger too. I had me laying 60 bags of concrete for that dumpster to be at the end of the property so they can get it easily and get it out of there. And I get it picked up every 2 weeks. Between all the debris, the leaves, the limbs, and all the stuff from the property. Yeah, I'm 73. I have double knee replaced with double shoulder. You want me to be humping trash cans out front? Especially, how am I going to get all my scrap in there, the weeds and all that I do? I'll be months getting that stuff in there, and that's not right. Oh, they say you got to enclose it. Well, it's news to me. I've been there 41 years and 28 days, and nobody told me to enclose it.
So is that, or Deb, is that what an unscreened dumpster is?
Yeah, because I don't know
No
about
top
that.
to it, is that?
No, the unscreened is, it's supposed to be screened on all sides, not just sitting out
Off
randomly.
to hide the
So
dumpster.
let me
Because
explain
what do you
what
mean?
happened.
What's supposed to
So the property was brought to my attention, multiple complaints about the conditions outside. All the junk and debris that's sitting outside, overflowing from the garage with the garage door open that's
Yeah,
full.
the garage is being redone.
Right.
I mean, I've got, first garage, I had half of it out, and I'm redoing the back
Right.
garage and putting doors. But you gotta give me a minute. Last summer, I wasn't able, if I ain't riding my motorcycle, I've had 42 years, you can ask Jeremy, I didn't even come to the blessing of the bikes because I couldn't ride. I was sick. I ended up in the hospital in Toledo. You're gonna go to the hospital, go to St. V's Lucie Hospital, it's the best hospital I ever been in.
Okay, so let me explain how we got to your property. So we've multiple complaints about the conditions on the property, including the grass all in the back. Then it was brought to my, all in the back not being mowed and all the junk and debris overflowing on the whole back section of the property. None of the landscaping was done on this property. The pole sign is, well, so I get the complaints first, and several other complaints were from the conditions of the apartments.
Oh, you're talking about building?
So at that point, I'm realizing that you have apartments on this property that's not zoned residential.
Yeah,
so-
so C3, non-conforming commercial property.
It's a
But how would it change without somebody notifying me? I guess maybe I didn't get notified about this meeting.
So you were notified about the meeting. You were given 30 more days. So you were given the original thing. We told you 30 more days, and if the property wasn't done, then we would have to make a motion. So
Okay.
back to the property. So.
Then I'm asking for more time to get the back garages done because I've already started. I've hauled out the washer, I've hauled stuff out, and I'm out there every single day. But my priority right now is the front because that's what you see.
So I agree. You have done some of the landscaping on the property, weeded and all that. But when it was brought to my attention, that's when I realized you have a commercial property and you have apartments on the property.
C3 non-conforming commercial, I was allowed to have it.
You-
told me when I bought it.
You were allowed to live there, and you were allowed one additional property. Then you went to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and you wanted an additional apartment on that property to make it 3 at that point, and they denied you any future apartments. They said, this is not an apartment complex, it's not residential, you have a commercial building, you're allowed your tattoo shop, and you're allowed to live there with the apartment, I think that was upstairs.
Yeah, the
So-
one that's been up there, that's the one that's had
Right.
21 renters.
But you have
I
4
bought it April 15th of
You have
85.
4 apartments on that property, so you have made it into a residential property, and it's not permitted
Three
to.
apartments, because I went down to the records department and
That's
talked
4.
to them, and I go, yep, that's how you're still zoned, and Tom Miniger from the records department said, what are they doing? You got 3 apartments? I said, yeah. He said, then it's still, the same. You've not changed categories. And to tell me to get rid of my apartments, how am I gonna live on 1,058? Don't, because I'd like to see it. And if
Ma'am,
they got
I
senior
just-
housing
I'm telling you,
parking, I'm all for it.
You're a
I'm all
commercial
for it.
property. I can't change that. You're a commercial. You went to the Board of Zoning Appeals. They denied you to do that, so you have to follow that. And you have not followed that. And you added more people, and that's how it was brought to my attention, the whole
I have 3
property.
apartments, which is what I'm allowed.
You're allowed 2. You're allowed the one you're living in and another one that existed at the time. You are not allowed any additional properties. You're making it residential, and this is a commercial property. So it being commercial, and the
As a
reason,
business, when.
Right, and you don't have a
is
business
what I
there.
have, I manage properties, that's my card.
apartments are required to be in a residential area. Okay, you got an R1, an R2, and R3 that they're allowed to be in, properties.
Okay.
You're in a commercial property.
I'm covered with, I got businesses all around me.
Right, that's why you're required to be a business. So
Yeah.
you don't have a business there at all right now. That's about the pole sign then. So we don't allow pole signs anymore. You haven't had a tattoo Sheila shop in how long? Years and years.
I closed my shop, that didn't mean I didn't have my management company.
Right,
wasn't
but what
managing properties.
I know, but what I'm saying is the pole sign can't remain when you haven't used it for 24 months. In addition, you're still advertising for Sheila's Tattoos, but you don't have Sheila's Tattoos there,
No, everybody knows
which
it's
is required to take that sign down because you don't have a business that represents that sign. So that's all the issues on the property.
Cover the sign, because I can't afford to take it down, and next year I'm gonna have another sign put up because I'm doing another business in a year. So can I just cover it? Because why would I pay to take it down?
It's required to be down by our regulations.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I don't have the money to take it down, it's not hurting nobody. And if you want me to cover up with the wording of tattoos, I can do that.
She'd probably have to go to the BZA, wouldn't she,
To do what?
to be able to cover it? Otherwise, it's gonna
Why not?
come down.
She
I
could
can't
try,
hear.
but they're
Could you
not
speak
gonna.
up a
Yeah.
little bit? I can't hear you.
It would have to come down unless she would, she's just enforcing the rules that are in place. If you want them to be different or want to do something different, that's what the Board of Zoning Appeals is for. You
Okay.
go to them and ask them to give you approval to do what you would like to do outside of our laws, our rules.
Okay, well,
That's how that
like I said, I'm supposed to take the sign down.
So
It's
you
been
do
there.
not do tattoos anymore, or
No,
you do?
I retired June 5th, 2013. And at that time, I quit lighting up the sign and everything. And once in a while, I'll light it up when I'm out there at dark and it's getting dark to mow. So I don't know what the sign's a big deal when I paid the permit to have it, and I will cover up the tattoo stuff, but I'm still selling stuff. I'm just not having people on the property to sell it to, but I'm still selling.
But you're not, she said you're not utilizing the sign. You don't have a tattoo shop anymore. That's why the sign needs to come down.
Okay.
And then you're not zoned to have the multiple rentals there. And you already went to the BZA and they said no. So that's why you have to get rid of 2 of your renters too.
Okay,
What year did you go to the BZA, do you remember?
to
To the BZA board to ask them if you could have other rentals?
I don't remember. I'm sure I have it in all my
1987.
paperwork, but,
When was it?
1987, it's on the
87.
paper.
yeah, because I bought the house April 15th, 1985. Oh, I like it that I got a phone call and said, you got to boot the renters in 30 days. That's not process of law. I know how you boot them, and it don't take no 30 days. I mean, I'm confused. I've had that there apartments. I was told I could have them. I was told if I could not have more than 3, because I was planning on putting another one. They go, no, no, no.
Who
You
told
can have
you
3
that?
apartments.
Sheila, who told you you could have them when it was denied in 87? So then who told you you could put them in?
When I closed the tattoo shop, I put the apartments in because it
But who
was,
told you? You said they told you you could who?
when I talked to the records department.
Where, here?
No, the records department at Summit County. I went there.
And
They told me my property is still C3 non-conforming commercial according to Summit County.
But C3 non-conforming isn't for multi-units. So I don't know who would have told you that.
Down there, Tom Miniger told me from the records department, because they even had their guy come out and look at it. He goes, yeah, she's still got 3 apartments.
I mean, does the non-conforming, does that mean that you're doing something before zoning? I'm not real sure.
They explained that it was not like the regular things, that it was outside it, because I think they just wanted that abandoned, nasty house, something done with it. And like I said, I paid $30,000 for it. Now they're saying it's worth about $280 to $325. Because I'm not leaving till the day I die, so,
Well, when did he tell you this?
pardon me?
When did the records department tell you this?
I still can't hear you, I'm
The
sorry.
records department, when did they tell you that you could do this?
I was down there probably month and a half ago.
But then you went to the BZA in 1987 and they told you no.
I'm sorry,
So
what?
that, in
Can you
1987,
use your microphone? I'm
I-
sorry.
when you went to the BZA in 1987 and they told you no.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what happened in 1987.
Well, that's from our records. You would have had to file to go to get that.
Well, so when I brought my tattoo shop back over there, and they did all of the, because the shop wasn't grandfathered in, but the apartments have been there since when I closed my shop, so I don't get it. Well,
When-
before I closed my shop, because the first person in the back apartment was '06, and I was across the street. And I got stuck over there because I had a lease over there, only because I thought I was moving to West Virginia with my husband, but that didn't work. I've outlived 3 husbands. I know. I went real young this time, way young. So can I get some kind of waiver, or can I get something? Because how am I supposed to live if I don't have those apartments? That's what my income is based on.
If it's already been denied, is she able to go back and ask them again or no?
I mean, it's not zoned that. The reason it was non-conforming to begin with is because it existed before our zoning went into effect. So she was living there at the time as a house, then you wanted it tattoo, and it was zoned commercial now. So then you wanted Tattoo Sheila Shop or whatever you opened initially. That's what made you non-conforming, is that you were living there and you had the business there. So they allowed you to continue living there with the apartment that existed at the time. Then you wanted to make it into apartments, and you went to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and they said, absolutely not, you're zoned commercial.
I
So
Always told I was-
you didn't have rentals when you went in front of them, 87 or?
In '87, there's always been a rental upstairs from the day I bought the property.
She had hers
It wasn't
and-
built by me, it came with the property. There was a totally separate one up there, and there always
So you
was.
didn't have any other ones, you only had 2?
No, I just had that one upstairs, and I lived in the front, but, I was sick. They said I had to get the shop out of my house. It was bad when your dad calls in your ex-boyfriends to say their goodbyes. I was that bad. I went from 160 pounds to 118 pounds in 35 days. And I was a guinea pig for City Hospital. They said, you can have a colostomy for life, or I went to this seminar and I can try something. They'll only give you 5 to 10 years life. Let's go for it. Well, I'm now the guinea pig that's lived, only because I did what they said to do. But that don't mean I don't end up in the hospital sometimes. I go to Summit to the emergency, I'm right straight back. Everybody sits down and waits, but, I got issues. I got heart disease. I got the Crohn's. I have no colon. I got double knees, double shoulder. And now Dr. Katz in University Hospital is having me come up there. Why am I alive? I'm not saying I don't have issues. You try shitting through a catheter 15 times a day, every single day. And it's taken me probably 10 years to get to that many times. But do I live? Do I survive? Yes. It's either that or colostomy, and I'll never have that. I'm allergic to everything they tried. That's how I live. I take all my medicine. The only pain pill I take is a Tylenol 650, and I'm out there working every single day. Drive by, ask my neighbors. You know?
Excuse me.
So I
Excuse
just want to
me.
be able to
Can I
live
stop you
happily,
for a
and when
minute,
I
please? I
die,
need to stop you for a minute, please. We kind of have to get this meeting rolling up. We got an executive session, and I know the gentleman at the end needs to leave.
Well, can we-
So I don't know what you want to do with this. We could go on and continue to hear stories all night, but I think it's time to move forward.
okay, so can we continue this until I can see what, can be done? Can I appeal it because it's not going to change? It's going to be what it is. How am I going to live if I don't?
Well,
That's
we
what
could-
I did it for.
We could probably give you 30 days after we pass this, but you are going to have to come in compliance.
Come to a place, like get rid of my renters?
If that's what, yeah, you're not zoned for that, so unfortunately, yes.
But they've been there since I bought the house. The one's always been
Well,
upstairs.
in 1987, you asked for a variance and you didn't get it. So if you brought them in, you brought them in and it wasn't supposed to be.
There's been people in the upstairs apartment since the day I bought it, April 15th of '85.
You've been allowed to have that one apartment plus where you live, so basically 2 units there.
Okay,
And the shop, but now you have 4 units, I guess is what you're telling us,
my
right?
home and then the 3
3
apartments.
apartments.
The one upstairs, and then where the tattoo shop was, the main room, I turned it into an apartment, and the craft room, I turned it into a small apartment.
That's what you can't have is those
That's-
two.
yes.
Okay? So,
And those have been added, I'm assuming those were added since they told you no in 87.
yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't
mean,
know
like
back
since
to '87.
yeah, okay.
Because if I could afford to go somewhere else, I would, but, having the apartment is the only way I could stay alive. I don't have, new cars, I don't have new anything. My Harley's 47 years old. My truck is a 2011. That's the newest thing I've ever had. So, that's how I live. So I need to know, well, I guess I'm just using what my father always said, no ain't no till you're 6 foot under. I'm just trying to figure out how I could survive, because once I die, you're good to go. My girlfriend in Virginia inherits it, and she can do what she wants. Or the 50,000 businesses that call me nonstop wanting my property for a business. Oh, go into senior housing. So, can we figure out what else can be done? Should I contact my attorney? Is there other people I go to? I mean, what is my next?
Well, what we could do is we'll pass this tonight and we won't take action, Deb, for 30 days. Renters out, so we can give you some time and you can talk to whoever you want to talk to, get your renters out if that's,
Well, get renters out in 30 days. Hate to take
well,
that.
that's what we're talking about
Process of
now.
law, it doesn't
So,
happen that quick.
Deb, how long? 6,
They are aware, because they were concerned when they called up. I'm sorry. When John went out there, the inspector, they also did not meet code. So they were worried then, called me, and I said, well, we're not going to kick you to the street. You have time to find a place, but you need to get moving on finding a place, because you aren't really allowed to be there at all. So they are aware, but you need to let them know right away then.
I'm evicted in one in the middle. Don't ever admit to your boyfriend's mother.
Well, whichever
One in
ones
the
you were
back, I'm
approved.
evicting after her only because he's a pain in the rear end.
Whichever ones you were allowed to have in this hearing back with the BZA are the only ones you're allowed to keep. So I think you had 2 more that you were working on to put 2 more people in there also upstairs.
Only one
Above the other ones, regardless, they're not there. So you have 4, whatever initial ones, which I believe was the house
I can
and,
live there and have the apartments.
yeah.
So
Okay, and then the other
we
ones,
can't get people out in 30 days. So what do you, I don't know what you want me to do.
Really the ones you like the
Leave and
least.
die, go away, but I ain't going away. I'm just trying to live and survive. That's all I'm asking. So, can we set another date, or can we figure this out, or what do we, where do we go from here, sir?
Well, we'll make this motion, then we'll give you some time. You're gonna have to talk to Deb, because I know you can't just kick someone out, so we'll
No.
figure out how long you need, but you've already went to the BZA and they told you you can't do it, so there's
Went to
really
who?
nothing we can't do.
I'll tell you, I went to who?
The Board of Zoning Appeals?
Okay.
That was back in 1987. I mean, I'm sure you don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't remember
87
either, but it was probably a good year, I guess, but I don't remember it. So, yeah, I don't see what you really can do since you already went to them and they said you can't do this. It's a commercial property. I understand you think you're running a business, but the actual business is an apartment, which is residential. Apartments have to be in residential areas, not in commercial areas.
I'm still confused. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm still confused as to, you know, how this goes. You know, I mean, you kick out one renter, then I have 2 apartments, and I live there? What?
You actually can only have one other renter. Deb?
And then I can't keep my house, so then you'll be happy.
I am very sympathetic. We all are, but
No, you're not empathetic. You want me to lose my house,
no, that's not true.
and I can't live on 1,058.
If there happens to be a fire or something at your property and you're not in compliance, we're standing here in trouble because we didn't enforce our rules. That's all we're trying to do, is just enforce
so-
what we have in place.
There's been apartments there since I bought the house. I put apartments in, and I was told, that's what I was told I thought I could do.
You weren't allowed to put those other apartments in. That's where the problem stems.
Oh, so I can make them a
we need to move
business? Can I put a
forward. Let's
business
go ahead
in
and read
there?
our motion, and
Sure.
we need to move forward.
Yeah, can I put a business in there? I rent it out to a little insurance company or something like that. I got plenty of parking.
Yeah.
Deborah, is it zoned for that?
I mean, the back burner, I want to get rid of him anyways, but
You can do that.
I still can't go down to 1 rental. That won't even pay the mortgage. I'm sorry, but I've lived there, you know, do all the additions that I've done, I've had to refinance it and do stuff, and it's. So, this was totally useless, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, like right now, it's out of our hands.
Well, whose hands do I go to?
Deb's. I mean, you can work with Deb, she'll tell you what needs to be done, but really you just have to get it down to the 1 apartment and yourself. You can't have the other 2 apartments in
But I can rent them out as businesses.
there. You could rent them out as business.
I can make a whorehouse. Sorry.
You can make more money.
Oh, a lot more money.
Right.
Except, well, tattooing paid pretty good, but I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
My hands can't take it.
The other is the oldest profession I think there is out there.
Oh, I know that one too. But this kind of, you know, compromises the health, you know what I'm
He's on
saying?
Right, yeah.
Not that I don't like
Yeah.
that, but it compromises
I don't
the
know,
health
I'm
of
not saying I
strangers.
know about that or anything, but yeah. So, yeah.
So we'll pass the motion and you give Deb a call and we'll help you with
Tell me
what you need to
so the
do.
renters out and I can't
Well,
live
if you
there?
have questions or anything like that, that's what we can do. But
Well, at least it'll be a good way to get rid of the one you don't like, though, you know.
Oh, well, she's already gone.
Yeah.
She's already got her 30-day notice, and on the 8th, she gets her 3-day notice, and,
Okay.
you know, I just don't, that was the biggest regret, one of my biggest regrets. I never met her before I let her move in.
Okay.
But, you know, so I can have a whorehouse, I can have a business of any kind, I just can't have a renter.
can she have a whorehouse?
Yeah, because it's a
Once
commercial
we
property.
pass the motion, get with Debbie. Debbie will go over what you can and you cannot do there. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So the board has received a report from the zoning administrator regarding junk debris, overgrown vegetation, and abandoned pole sign in an unscreened dumpster. And the unlawful use of commercial property is multifamily residential units at 1563 Massam Road. Despite multiple notices provided to the property owner to abate these nuisances, the owner has remained non-compliant. Pursuant to ORC 505.87, sections 1.08, 7.01, 13.05, 13.06, 13.10, and 5.05, 12.08, 12.09, and 5.03 of the Springfield Township zoning resolution, as well as the denial issued by the Board of Zoning Appeals on 3/24/1987. I move to declare the property at 1563 Maslin Road, parcel number 51011325, to be in violation that an order be issued to the property owner to abate the conditions within 14 days and to cease the use of property as multifamily residential units within 60 days. And failing compliance, the board shall abate the nuisances by removal of all the items with the total cost incurred to be assessed as a lien against the property, and to move forward with legal action to address the multifamily use.
Second. Second. What's that? I would call Deborah tomorrow and she'll go over everything with you.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Sheila for a long time. You probably tattooed 90% of my friends. I'm gonna vote no, but I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna work with you on how to get the tenants out of there. And then we will set up, it'll be, in the long run, it'll be better for you, because we need to conform with the commercial code. So we'll get some good commercial tenants on that Massillon Road there for you. I mean, I can't vote yes to take away your totally livelihood and lose your place. I can't do it. So, and I will definitely come over and I will do whatever I can to get it commercially done for you.
And then lastly, for the zoning department, I move to accept the resignation from Stephen Cole. He's resigned from the zoning commission board effective April 30th, 2026. Mr. Cole has moved out of the townships.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
For the police department, I move to authorize fiscal officer Michael Spiger to enter into an agreement with Huntington Bank for the purchase of two 2026 Ford Explorers from Montrose Ford for a total not to exceed $105,000. This will be paid in 5 annual payments of $21,000. This will be paid from Fund Line 2081-210-750.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
I move to amend motion 11925, the purchase of 2 used Zoll Auto Pulse units from the Mogador Fire Department at a total cost not to exceed $6,000. Payment shall be made to the Village of Mogador with funds to be expended from budget line 2191-760-790.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
I move to approve payment to Great Lake Truck Centers, Nunk Pro Tunk, for the repairs to Engine 1 in the amount of $4,349.38. This will be paid from Fund 2111-220-323.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
And for the fire department, I move to approve the attached resolution declaring it necessary for an additional 1.9 mil tax levy and request the Summit County fiscal officer to certify the current tax valuation of the township and the dollar amount of revenue that would be generated by that replacement levy pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 5705191. This is the levy that ran during the last election and was unsuccessful. It's the exact same dollar amount and everything. I just want it to be known that this levy says additional, but it's not in addition to what we already have. It's just going to replace the one that we already have. The other one will drop off and this one will start. So every time we talk about this, I just want that to be known.
I want to change, I have a verbiage in here that I would like us just to adjust. It says revenue that would be generated by that replacement levy. That should be additional levy pursuant.
Correct, yes.
Let's make sure we have that corrected.
Yes. It is a replacement, but it's an
It's an
new levy,
additional,
yes.
it's actually
So,
going
yeah.
to replace an expiring levy that ends at the end of this year.
Yes. Yes.
This is a bit ambiguous to me, help me out here. Is this something that we can do ourselves, or is this going to have to be voted on again?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
voted.
it has to be voted.
It will be voted on again.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just have to make a motion stating that we're gonna put this on, so that way the county will tell us that it can be on the ballot and how much it'll bring in, so that's.
What happens if it fails again?
then we just go without that money that we've been receiving, and we'll have to make, well, we'll just.
gonna be
have to
tough.
make
Very
cuts.
difficult.
Well, the chief will probably just become, 1 day a week, cut his salary in half or whatever. Yeah.
So you fry cook at McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it's just, I understand we're joking now, but we're not making light of it. I understand that people, things are going up in costs and everything like that, but so are what we do. Like, a fire truck, when we bought those fire trucks, they were $400,000. A new one now costs over $1 million.
But this is not a new tax, it's just replacing one that's when it's.
No, it is a new tax. We want to expire. It's not an additional tax. Yes. Yeah, the one will stop collecting, and then this one will take over. It's not in addition to it. It's not going to be that you're going to pay this. Yeah. If it passes, if it doesn't pass, the amount that it was bringing in, we will not receive in the next year. Yes.
Well, that will curtail fire services, EMS?
Well, we hope not. We don't. Yeah. We're not going to punish our residents. No, we hope it doesn't. We'll have to do some in-house. We'll have to do make some hard decisions around here. That's all. Yeah. We're not gonna. We don't want you to die on us. We're not gonna give you worse service. No, but
So I think that's his motion.
That's the motion,
And
yes.
I believe we need a
Second,
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
For the road department, I move to approve the attached sidewalk construction, repair, maintenance, and replacement policy rules and regulation in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 5543-1.0.
Second,
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
I move to approve the purchase of a hydraulic breaker, and for the Bobcat in the amount not to exceed $8,000 from Lepo Rents, and this will be paid from Fund Line 2031-330-430. Hydraulic road breaker, for those of you like me that didn't know, basically it's a jackhammer that fits on a Bobcat, so that's all it is. They got fancy with it, so we need that when doing road repairs. So that is my motion to purchase a jackhammer for $8,000.
Second,
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
And for the Parks Department, I move to approve the quote in the amount not to exceed $4,700 from Barberton Tree Service. This will be paid from Fund Line 2902-610-500.
Second,
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
And before I make a motion to go in executive session, are there any members of the community that are in attendance that would like to address the board? Other than Mrs. Price? You're not allowed to address us. Okay, hearing no one, any of my colleagues?
Is that me? Deborah, I know your job is very hard lately, and you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And I'm just very
is
proud of
very
you,
hard.
proud to work with you, and thank you.
Thank you.
We also held our community cleanup on April 25th, and I would like to thank and recognize the volunteers that helped make it so successful this year. Michelle Moyer, Janie Cardellini, Gloria Suzuki, Dan Chapman, Tiffany Bensing, Melissa Simone, Justin Knox, and Pastor Kenny. What is Kenny's last name? No.
not Ray.
I can't remember, and it's not in my phone. Anyway, he's real sweet. Pastor Kenny. Okay, our road department worked really hard. Eric Lyle, Travis Stein, Logan Tompkins, David Hosapple, and our administrator, Jack Simone, kept everything going smoothly, and Ted, thank you for coming. We had 93 residents show up and drop off a total of 1,300 tires, filling 3.5 40-yard dumpsters, or around 18 tons of trash. This would not have been possible without the support of Republic Services for the dumpsters they provided at no cost. We also had multiple residents come back more than once with truckloads. And I think if we hadn't had so much rain and dreary, we might have been busier.
Yep, a lot of the people that showed up early, they had preloaded their vehicles actually the night before, and then some of those circled back around and came out as well. And one of the other volunteers I noticed that wasn't on this list was trustee Kelly Chapman as well. She was out there working. We did have one trustee show up for a few minutes in his flip-flops. He did want to make sure that people were, actually working, and that would have been Mr. Trustee Joe DeLauro.
I had to make sure things were going well.
But yeah, it was a
I ate
great,
a
great
donut,
event.
and
Deb
I
stopped by too.
supervised.
So this actually went off very well this year, and so we're looking at making this an annual event. We'll change a few things, but basically we'll still do it in the same location next year, and that date and time will be, be determined later, but I would anticipate it would be in April again. So, but it was a very good turnout, and it's surprising we could get over 1,300 tires. A lot of those were with rims. I think we had like 90 some of them with rims. So that's a good thing to see, because we see these around the township all the time. So
Yeah,
was a
and
good
it was a
turnout.
lot of fun. We had a good day.
Yeah, that worked out good. There's a lot of residents out there that had a bunch of tires, loaded up a bunch.
The sad part is, it's probably a fraction.
You're right.
Well, we'll do it again and get
Yep.
it out
So
there.
it'll get better.
So,
All righty.
yeah. It was a pleasure working with Jack and Eric to get it all together. So thank you, guys. That was Eric, wasn't it?
The one dude had 40 over at his house. I'm like,
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by, Joe.
While I was there, everything did run well.
You had a
because I was
donut
there.
too, right?
And I had a donut, yes.
And he didn't get sick, so they were good donuts.
Yeah. And now what everyone's been waiting for.
all right, I have the Spectrum Community Channel, 1023. Springfield and Lakemore Community Channel is proud to serve our communities by providing access to local government meetings, programming, and information of community events. We are currently running special programs, and I am reading this with no glasses, and I love it. This is cool. I just have my eyes done. Tune in to Spectrum Channel 1023 for recent programming. To view the current program schedule, go to the channel's Facebook page or go online to springfieldtownship.us. Thank you to Trustee Kelly Chapman, Trustee Joe DeLauro, and myself we have on here. Also to Lakemore Mayor Rich Cole, Lakemore Administrator Tracy Sayers, and Lakemore Fiscal Officer Megan Pittman. For the help and support of the community channel, Frank, Jim, Douglas, and Carolyn. Upcoming attractions include the Springfield Trustees meeting, the Village of Lakemore Council meetings, Portage Lakes Career Center Board of Education meetings, Springfield Board of Education meetings, Springfield school events, other special events inside Springfield Township and the Village of Lakemore. That's it.
All right. I'm sure everyone will be tuning in for them trustee meetings.
Yeah.
Don't want to miss those. Those are good. So now another administrative issue. I move we go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation of a public employee, or other terms and conditions of their employment. This shall be with the Board of Trustees and the fiscal officer, as well as our administrator.
But we don't need to come
Second.
back, right?
Yeah, no, there will be no motion after. No motion.
Second, or
Jeremy
Jeremy
second.
second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
All right. We're in executive session.